So it's day 9, the second to last day of trying things out before we share back. We're in the Blue Shed in Sheffield today. We're going to look at the masks that have been made, and we're going to look at how they work, what their boundaries are, how far they can look around, how far they can look up and look down. We've also got Ling Peng, the musician, joining us today, and what we're going to do is run through some key scenes so that she can underscore those scenes with music, which will help tell the story without words. And Ling will be creating a soundtrack for the characters and for some of the key scenes that we've developed.
No, I don't know. No, I don't want porridge.
I am, in many ways, China's answer to Indiana Jones. I have to go.
What we're doing is we're letting the actors run through the very first scene without their masks on. So what they're doing is they're saying out loud their inner monologues. The inner monologues are their thought stream, their thought of consciousness as they're playing out the scenes, which give them truthful gestures. And then we'll run the scene with the masks on, and it allows Ling, the musician, to work out what they're doing and to underscore their movement with
We'll run the first scene with the dialogue. So part inner monologue, part storytelling, making it up your own. Then we'll run it with the masks, so they can see it with the masks.
Who's this then?
Is it like her son?
Exactly. So this is the mum,
Yeah.
and this character in the story is called Chang.
And then we'll run the scene with the old man and Chang, just with the masks to start with, and then we'll get them to tell us
What's that mean?
what they thought, or what we'll see how fidgety they are.
You notice when people talk to you how much the hands move, yeah, and how you use your hands to gesture, and how you position your body in different ways. So we're using the actors' bodies to tell much of the story.
I've been to 2 schools today, and they found it very interesting. They found it a bit funny and a bit weird. The masks they found were a bit weird. And then we told a little bit more of the story. That was the first school. And then the second school, where the kids were a bit older, we dived in head first, masks on, and started off the play just with masks to see what they could understand. And some of them understood a lot of what we'd intended and put and thought behind it, and some of them less so. But they all got something from it.
What we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to show you a scene. And it's very roughly done, because it's just what we call a sketch. of an idea which we'll develop into a show at another point. We're just going to show you the scene for a bit, and then we're going to stop and ask you what on earth is going on. And we're very interested to hear your responses.
Okay, so any ideas to start with? Perhaps the characters, who they are? Go on.
Is that like a widow and her son, maybe?
Yeah.
And
Nice.
they like lost the dad somehow, which includes the blue coat.
Okay. Very good.
There was so much emotion just in your hand. It's lovely. It's so interesting without the words how every movement that you're making becomes slightly hypnotic and mesmerising.
The physicality, I mean, how old are you supposed to be? Like, the physicality of the son is not clear compared to dad. Right.
Marshmallows.
Tonight I've been to watch a traditional Chinese performance in mime, and it was superb.
Well, this has been a very interesting show. It has been different from other ones I've seen, both Babbling Vagabonds and other people's. It gave us a chance to watch a play evolving, to see how it's put together and how it develops.
It simplifies and it sort of emotionally engages you in a way that naturalism doesn't, and it sort of it stimulates your imagination. So in a way, because you're watching something surreal, it's hard to articulate how it makes you feel, but you come away with a sense of, my goodness, that was wonderful. And how did they do that? And how did they convey that emotion? It transports you to another place. I'm sure technically it's very, very difficult to get right. And but when it works, it's a whole new dimension of theatre.
Things that I found very exciting. Children are surprisingly capable of dealing with stuff, whereas adults want to challenge everything. You know, the fact there's teapot reference in the show. None of the kids thought it was a teapot. They thought it was a watering can, and they just didn't question that. And I don't know what is interesting that adults have to have the truth of the moment, whereas the kids are quite happy to go, yeah, that's all right. I'll play with that idea and go with it. Some nice feedback tonight about some clear pieces that would just allow for it to become more precise, which is nice. Yes, I am pleased with the process, but equally I would have liked more time to make things, more time to develop and experiment with those things.